The Pagani Zonda 760 LM Roadster. It's a one-of-one car. It's got a sister, which is the coupe version, but this is the only LM Roadster in the world, 760 Roadster in the world. And there's lots of differences between this car and the standard Zonda, if there is such thing as a standard Zonda, because you have a Zonda S, C12, F, Cinque, Tricolori, etc., etc. But the difference to every other Zonda out there, main difference is these headlights here. So very much Lamont inspired headlights from racing cars. You've got the wire style wing mirrors. It's got a different setup to a lot of the Zondas as well that are currently out there. It's essentially a Zonda Cinque Roadster, but with some extra oomph and definitely some extra design features as well. As you can see down here with this, they call it the shark fin here as well at the back of the car. And of course, how can I forget about this spoiler? Now, I think the whole spec is so outrageous. It's so in your face, and this spoiler is as big as it gets, this rear wing. But for the owner of the car, I know it suits his personality so well. He's a big guy, he's got a big personality, and this car, I cannot think of a better car that's more suited to him. Everything is about a personal preference and a taste, but I think that's the beauty about cars, is everybody has an individual taste, and the owner of this car loves what he's done and loves what he's created. And I'm not surprised, because the car is absolutely beautiful. It is a piece of art. I know everybody says it now with Pagani, that Pagani is art, but it's true, and that's the reason why people do say it, because it is everywhere you look, all the intricacies, all the detail, every single piece of the car, everything is art. The inside, the outside, underneath, everything is just a work of art with this car. And the exposed carbon fiber. Remember, Pagani were the first to do exposed carbon fiber on any supercar with the Zonda S way back in, I guess, around 2000. So a long, long time ago. The first people to ever do the exposed carbon. And now we all take it as granted because everybody's doing it. And if you come around here, Tom, and look at these rear lights, again, they're very Lamont inspired rear lights with the incredible exhaust that just sounds so epic. I defy you to tell me there's a better sounding car. The Carrera GT, the LFA, we know they sound great, those beautiful V10s, but this naturally aspirated V12 engine and the exhaust that they've created is just absolutely unbelievable. What a car, what an experience. It doesn't get much better. This car, it's making my goosebumps have goosebumps. It's making all my hairs on my neck stand up. It's just incredible. So anyway, you don't want to hear me talking about this. This is what you want to hear. The LM is such a monster of a car. It's just the epitome of what a supercar should be, with the looks, the performance, the style, and of course the crazy noise. And although it's a closely guarded secret, it's said that the 7.3 litre AMG V12 engine now produces well over 700 horsepower. And even though it's one of the most raw and aggressive Zondas in every way, this car is so much more than just about performance. At first, the noise of this car shocks you so much, and then you just end up with a permanent smile on your face with every single crack and pop of the engine and the exhaust. All amplified by the fact the roof comes off to make it feel like you've moved from the front row of the concert right up to being on the main stage, sat on the main bass speaker. I'm completely obsessed with the noise, but also with the detail of the car. It's a completely different world we live in now regarding cars. Gone are the days of just ordering your standard Ferrari or Lamborghini, and now the luckiest and wealthiest car lovers can completely bespoke their cars. This car really could be placed in an art gallery or on a racetrack and still fill both slots like an absolute boss. Sometimes modern supercars are criticised for feeling too safe or that the car's doing too much thinking for the driver. And of course the LM has its own tech and driver's aids, but none of it seems to interfere with the relationship you have between the LM and the driver. The LM uses a 6-speed sequential gearbox made by SEMA, and it's kind of old school, but it comes with steering wheel paddles as well, although with the LM you seem more drawn to using the gear knob than you do the paddles, so it almost feels like a proper manual car. And make no doubts, the engineering and execution of this car are of the highest possible standard, but the thing that stands out is the emotion behind it. The LM is such a triumph of vision, design and engineering, and whether you like the outrageous design or you prefer the more classic Zondas, this car is absolutely exquisite. I'm lucky enough to have driven or been passenger for more than 20,000 kilometers in different Paganis, and I'm telling you now, it's something I will never ever get bored of doing. So, muchas gracias to Emiliano. You are one of the good guys in life, and I'm very proud to call you my grande amigo. And of course, thank you so much to all the guys at Pagani. I remember when you were a team of 10 people all those years ago, and it's so wonderful to see what you've achieved in such a relatively short space of time.